Visayas meets Mindanao once more in the latest chapter of the Vismin Derby. It is Davao Aguilas UMak FC going up against dynamic Herb Cebu FC dito po sa Rizal Memorial Football Stadium as we bring you Super Sunday in the Philippines Football League 2024-2025 season, and we take a look at the matches today. Davao Aguilas UMak against Cebu, and then later on two more undefeated teams, Stallion Laguna and Kaya Iloilo, arguably the four top clubs of the local football scene right now, and they're all seeing action today. And this is once again the PFL brought to you, the live broadcast on Matchday Media. Levi Verora on the call alongside Jed Diamante. Will be bringing Sydney Crespo at pitch side later on. And Jed, Cebu, quite a slump for them, a mini slump for them, and this is something that they want to arrest as soon as possible. Pero hindi rin biro yung kanilang mga kalaban dito. It's Davao Aguilas UMak, one of the formidable opponents that they have here in the league.
Levi and everyone watching, mayang hapon sa inyong tanan. Again, this is a very interesting and exciting matchup because not much points are separating both teams. No, both teams really want to get those wins to go and stay at the top of the league table. But interestingly, in the last matchup between the two teams, in June 9, 2024, Cebu won against Davao with just a very small margin, 1-0. And in the last few games as well, hindi naglalayo yung mga scores nila beyond 1. So really, this match will spell again the difference of how much points they can gain if they can get to the upper half of the table, especially for Davao here, who has yet to win a game in from the relegation on the field. Yes.
And of course, just to add on to our point, yung sinasabi mo nga, Jed, as we take a look at the league table here, only 3 points separating the top 4 clubs, and we always mention the top 4 because sa format ng ating PFL for this season, we go 2 rounds, and then after that, the top 4 qualify for yung tinatawag nating finals series. So there is a knockout stage. After that, all matches count. And looks like we have more on this match, so let's send you over to pitch side. It's Sydney Crespo.
Hello to you, gentlemen, and hello to our PFL fans. I'm very excited to cover this game with you guys. The Davao Aguilas are returning to the field after their extended break since their tough loss last October 20. With the mental toughness being a recurring challenge, Coach Aber, who is known for his relentless optimism, emphasizes that it's time for the team to execute with their strategies with precision. Davao will need to focus on maintaining their discipline and minimizing costly errors if they hope to bounce back. Cebu, on the other hand, enters this match after a scoreless home game on November 2, despite the strong support of their home crowd. While their passionate fans were a big motivator, the team is still searching for their consistent winning form. Playing in other leagues locally and internationally has helped them improve, but turning the experience into consistency is still a challenge. Both teams have much to improve this afternoon. More from pitch side later. For now, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Sydney. And if there's an advantage here for Davao, Jed, it's their rest. No, they haven't played since October 20, so pahingado itong Davao. And itong Cebu, a bit tough stretch for them. They also play in the ACL2, the AFC Champions League 2, so medyo pagod na yung mga players nila as of late.
But I think for Cebu as well, tuloy-tuloy din yung momentum nila, so it can also play to their advantage as compared to Davao, who has to get into the groove again after that long break. So it really depends on how they play out in the field today.
Well, we are about to find out kung anong klaseng laro ang ibibida rito ng Davao at ng Cebu as we bring you the official march in and pre-match pleasantries in just a short while. Once again, Vismin Derby. This is the Philippines Football League 2024-2025, only on Match Day Media. We turn you over to the pitch now as we are moments away from the march in of the players. ready to get this match underway. Once again, it's Visayas and Mindanao once more. Dynamic Herb Cebu on your screens in red. And ito naman ang koponan ng Davao Aguilas in their white with the navy blue trunks. Stark contrast sa mga uniform ng ating mga manlalaro for this afternoon. And our match officials for this match, John Mike Basinang is the lead referee, assisted by Relly Balila and KB Nanyola. Meliton Pelayo is the fourth official. The referee assessor, Christian Dale Soriano, and your match commissioner is Cristina Ramos. Captains on your screen, Dini Watara for Davao, June Badelic for Cebu. And speaking of players, let's take a look at the starting rosters for both sides. Umpisa na natin with Davao Aguilas. And Jed, the players here for Davao, an interesting mix here. Take us through this, a mix of foreigners and of course their locals.
Compared to last game, a lot of the players who started in the last game, like Rigi Alessandro and Salvador Pliego, are now on the bench. But we see, which is promising for the team, Gabriel Costa Gonçalves finds his place in this match after recovering from that injury a few games ago.
In the meantime, Dynamic Herb Cebu, like what we said, looks like pinahinga nila yung mga manlalaro from the ACL2 para lang of course mabigyan ng recovery. And this is a look at their 11 on the field right now. And kita natin dito, Jed, I think the back line is still it still remains at 3 personnel members. Makikita natin if that's something Davao can exploit.
With the 3-5-2 formation, the defense and the midfield have to be very disciplined, knowing their responsibilities. No? Kasi sa 3-5-2, if looking at the defensive side, ang laki ng space na kailangan nila cover. So it really, it will pan out today. Paano nila i-manage yung defensive side.
And we are off once again. Cebu in their fighting red, familiar colorway for them. Naka-all red po ang Gentle Giants. In the meantime, Davao in their white with the blue trunks. Cebu with the first possession here. And nabanggit nga natin, it's been several months, about 5 months since their last meeting. Cebu and Davao. Will there be some sort of feeling out process here as far as this match is concerned?
Especially in the first few minutes, no? Dito, most likely the teams will be stretching each other out, but it seems like Cebu is not rushing anything. They're just swaying the ball left and right, looking at how the Davao defense will react. And so far, the defense of Davao has been holding a mid-block, just keeping the press starting at the top of the center circle on the side of Cebu. But kilala natin ang Davao, who is a defensive team. Pag pumasok ka sa kanilang block, talagang nandyan na sila. They will really be attacking and keeping the space tight. And so this is something that Cebu, as an attacking team, will have to look to break through.
And right on cue, on that first possession ng Cebu, they forced that ball already to the side. Meanwhile, a foul on Alemao. That gives Davao this chance sa kanilang attacking half, and it's going to be Paolo Bugas. May kalayuan itong set piece na ito. There's now lining up, of course, just outside the box for this initial try. First couple of minutes of the match. That one makes contact with Kore. And that is why Badelic had to come over kasi last touch ng Cebu, and fortunately Costa ang natawagan doon, although it seems Badelic is hurt.
Both of the players were looking up, couldn't see each other, na magko-collision na pala sila. Unfortunate for Cebu's captain. He will have to take a breather here.
June Badelic coming off that spectacular performance against Mongtong United. The first time that those two clubs faced each other in the AFC Champions League 2. That was a 2-2 draw at the Rajamangala Stadium in Bangkok. Ang daming sinave ni June Badelik doon. And that's why nagsasalitan sila ni Yusuf Cekic as far as being the top choice keeper here for Cebu.
Arte naman ng goalie.
It's taking a few moments here for Badelik. But definitely a goal kick here for Cebu.
Madami.
Medyo nakaka-apekto rin bahagya dun sa gustong gawin ng Cebu early on. Because the momentum has been stalled a little bit here.
Mga ibang country.
It's still in the early few minutes, so we should expect both teams to be a little bit more creative and extreme in terms of testing the other side. For the first time here, Davao has the possession on their feet.
And that's another turnover forced by Davao. Already 2 in the first 4 minutes. Joust in the middle. And they're doing a good job here, Rosa. Still Rosa. And the whistle's blown. Mas malapit ito ngayon para sa Davao.
Another opportunity at the top of the box, but we do have to take another look at that infraction that John Mike Basinag saw. Probably from his view, mas kita, but let's take a look at here. There was a pull from the back which tried stopping Machado de Souza Rosa from his attack. That did put the attacking team on a disadvantage.
That was Daniel Gadya tucking the shirt from behind. Nakauna talaga si Rosa doon at that's why a yellow card has been assessed on Gadya early on. Have to be careful. Nako-compile yung mga yellow card throughout the season.
And this range, very familiar. Si Paulo Bugas, we can see a clear attempt coming from this set piece.
Something that's pretty much doable here. 3-man wall for Cebu. The goal signal has been given. And it bounces off the wall. So Cebu able to deny for now, but it's been recycled. Davao. Punta naman sila sa kanan. Still Paulo Bugas. Covering a lot of room. Here's the lob. Well, it took a while before they realized it, and finally Badelik will collect. Charles Davao the third. And again, another ball earned by Davao just by playing defense. Sinubukang i-backheel ni Jata, but no avail. So far in the first 7 minutes of the contest, yun ang nakikita natin. Whenever that ball reaches the middle for Cebu, doon na inumpisahan ng Davao yung just that pressure defense.
Compact na compact, but it seems like because of the passing of Cebu, they almost find that opportunity in that space. Mukhang sinusubukan nila ang depensa ng Davao dito with just quick and simple passing. Really great chemistry there.
That was Papu Corsame and John Lucero threading the needle. Good thing for them. Dini Watara coming forward to cut the distance. And also the POV of Corsame. And another turnover here. Could be a chance for the Aguilas. On the cross, it's in! Goal Davao in the 8th minute. And they strike first. What a connection.
Great goal and great effort by the team off from the defense, from the press, all the way to the cutback by the one who has come back from an injury. Gonzalo passes it to Troy Limbo, who just taps it in, but I think that attack really started from the high press, that quick pressing off the restart on the side. Mukhang hindi na nag-aantay si Davao dito for the other team to come into their defense, sila na mismo ang nagdadala ng atake. And that high press really paved off with an early goal for Davao in this match.
I was about to say persistence paying off here early, and that is Troy Limbo in the 8th minute, giving Davao a 1-0 cushion early on. 4 times now they've dispossessed Cebu. Make that 5.
Medyo mas balanse na yung tactics ngayon ng Davao in terms of defending. They're not just waiting for Cebu to come in, but they are bringing the press.
Meanwhile, Charles, about the third taken down by, that was Rosa. They did not like it. Cebu will keep possession doon sa kanilang attacking half. Here's what happened. Sinalubong lang ni De Souza Rosa.
Just a tough and solid challenge.
But the short passing here for Cebu, this is what's gonna be integral for this contest. And Cebu currently with 7 points in the league table.
Cebu really pushing up all their players, just leaving at least one man, even at the top of the arc on the side of Davao.
That was a potent delivery for a moment. Gadia using the head, but not enough really to challenge Watara as he gathers. And you can just see it from the body language of Davao after scoring that first goal. Much more relaxed in a good way. And of course, they can just afford to be more patient in getting this ball across. Kasi meron na silang kalamangan rito. They go direct. That one was targeted for Costa. But Alimao just sends it over to Badelik.
Delikado rin talaga yung transition play ng Davao because they are really quick on transition. And on paper, based on the formations, this is a relatively defensive versus attacking team with Cebu on the 3-5-2 formation, putting more bodies on top compared to Davao's 4-3-3, who was again relatively balanced or a defensive team. They can really put more players behind or get people ready for the transition.
Devremyanik napituhan doon, and Cebu losing possession once more. And that's a great point, Jed. Just the customary 4-3-3 here is something that's, you know, offering balance, offense and defense. Pwedeng bumaba yung tatlo sa gitna. But when there's a transition, they can put more bodies up. A bit of a lull in the play for now. Cebu wins it back. Amirul made the start against Muangthong last Thursday. Well, if you're looking for Zamoranyo Huatam, he's not around. Chima Uzoka, pinagpahinga rin dito ng Cebu. Rintaro Hama, Sam Strong, Chekic. Tapos sina Abusi coming off the bench. Jaime Rosquillo, JB Berlongan. Gaito Myland also in uniform but is a substitute. Different look for the starters here for Cebu. Davao trying to build from the back. They send it to the left side. Babalik muna sa likuran.
Cebu's maintaining a relatively high press. Parang gusto nilang itigil na yung mismong atake dito pa lang sa side ng Davao where they have more people. But in fairness to the Davao team, they are very calm. They're not rushing things. Pero kita natin yan, handang-handa yung mga runners nila na biglang kumalas, kumbaga, from their positions in transition.
Bogas is all over the place. You can see it on the left side and the right side.
He's basically orchestrating the attack. The possession, not much difference here. 52 for Davao, 48 for Cebu. The game really hasn't settled yet in the first few minutes. Medyo erratic pa yung transfer ng ball. Though in favor of Davao, who is looking for an attack here.
Larok sends this one. And now a cross. But that's captured by Badelic. Again, the target man here seems to be Costa. Getting a long ball from Salifu Jata that time around. Pero ingat rin yung Cebu. They're trying to press, but there's a bit of risk there. Kaya nag-aalanganin silang ituloy-tuloy. Oh, this one, meanwhile, gets to Togashi. Pero ang dami ring lumapit kaagad sa kanya in order to force that turnover.
Dodong Villarreal did a great job just keeping his body close to Togashi and getting all ball to keep that away.
Very calculated there. In the meantime, JV Kalukaran pointing to his right eye. Perhaps his vision is bothered for now. 15 minutes into this one. If you have just been joining us, Troy Limbo with a lone difference in the match so far. Davao Aguilas 1 and the Gentle Giants, Cebu FC 0. Malayo-layo pa ito. Live broadcast coming to you from the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. It is all brought to us by Matchday Media. Live po tayo on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course on Premier Football. Do sound off if you're tuned in and share our live broadcast. And so possession here for Davao. It does seem that they know how to manage the ball, given that they have this one goal separation already. Dini with a long ball. Diretso papunta dito kay Jata. This is Larok. And again, they just try to reset. Not much pressure here, knowing they have the advantage. Try to go 1-2. Jata gets to that. It will remain with Davao.
Davao really using their width. They have been switching from left and right.
Pugas on the cross. Corsame in a foot race. And back to your point, Jed, Davao going left and right. And again, just it seems they're confident here and they're deliberate. Hindi sila natataranta rito. It doesn't seem na nanghuhula rin sila sa kung ano yung gagawin nila. Cebu, in the meantime, finding themselves down already. Kore. This is Lucero. Well, Cebu, they have the numbers, but so do the Aguilas. Gadia, as they recycle, but throws up a wild one that just goes out.
I think that can be an advantage in terms for Cebu in terms of putting a lot of men up, because gaya nga sinasabi natin, Davao is a very defensive team. Very compressed sila in the middle, but when they get a loose ball on the attacking third in favor of Cebu, they want to be there for the second ball right away and try to address the ball while it is still there and try to convert an attack. And I think that's what we saw just a while ago.
Togashi sends it forward. Flag stays down. Papu. And this one's a foul. Not sure if that was inside. Villarreal. Well, they got away the first time on a defensive stop, but not this time.
Just a great turn. Villarreal trying to stop. Unfortunately, got all feet there. A tackle with both legs out really should warrant a foul, and good thing it was outside of the box, which could have been more dangerous for Davao.
At saka kapag galing sa likod talaga yung challenge, 99% of the time talagang automatic na tawag na yan. Meanwhile, Roberto Corsame Jr. His left eye. Napuwing siguro itong si Papu. And of course, our field here is an artificial turf, of course. They also have yung mga granules, no, which is just to simulate the feel of the ground. So that's perhaps what got into his eye. Meanwhile, Cebu, this is an encouraging spot here. Lucero and Togashi, both close. 4 men for Davao, forming that wall. Go signals been given. And it's Lucero. Ang ganda ng Pectus, but Dini Watara was there to save it.
Dini just being the wall that he is in between those sticks. Great shot by Lucero, but minsan hirap din kunin ng mga ganun, just those low and sharp shots. You're not expecting it, but Dini says, this is my goal, not today.
Someone's down on the middle. Halos nangangalahati na tayo in the first half, approaching the 20th minute mark. And Sports Tribe is the official match ball, the Philippines Football League. Hindi naka-transition ang Davao sa pagkakataon na yon. Ida-drop ball lang ulit, and it's with Padelik. Kobayashi. And now they go to the right side this time. Plenty of options here for Cebu. It's just a matter of really how they put up together those passes that can lead to a chance. Pero Davao nag-uumpisang umangat rito. They go direct. Devrim Yannick. Well, nobody home on the other side. Had the right intent but no support. Not enough red shirts for Cebu.
Cebu trying to mix up their attack. Kanina, puro nasa gitna lang. Usually their attack or chances were from the possession, the middle, but they're trying to hit more balls ahead in front, trying to outrun the defense of Davao.
Lucero with that familiar throw in na may kasamang buwelo. The ball's been lost. Into a goal kick. Well, good trickery there from the back.
A little over 20 minutes in the game, and there's really not much separating these two teams in terms of playing the game in possession, trying to without looking at the scoreboard. So Cebu is very much into the game still. Just a matter of converting those chances. Medyo delikado rin sila sa possession in the middle up top because they are known for their quick ball passing.
Well, Kobayashi just decides to drop. Here's another cross, but it's been met. Paunti-unti Cebu getting those stops. Hindi nagpapabaya rito, the Gentle Giants. Charles sends it back to June Badelik. Marius Corre. And they are trying to vary it now, as that is an obvious whistle. Diretso into a yellow card. Devrim Yannick ang napati doon. See that one more time. Oh, from the back, Gabriel Costa.
I think he was trying to stop and delay the attack since Cebu was finding their form dun sa scene na yun.
And sometimes they do give up those intentional fouls. Foul to give. This one takes a deflection, but Amirul recovers on the cutback. Lucero A lot of white shirts inside the area, preventing further damage. And this could transition into a counter for Davao. It's 3 against 5. Here's the cross. Well, it does not get to Moon Chun-Soo in time.
Great defensive work from Korsame there. Really quick also to transition in defense. Alam nilang mabilis ang Davao sa transition. Sinabayan nila ng disiplina sa depensa. Given that they're playing with 3 back, kailangan yung 5 in the midfield, at least 2 of them, at least 1 or 2 of them really drop back quick to cover the transition plays of Davao.
Only the first corner kick of the match for either side, and it's Cartalarok who will deliver what looks like an outswinger here. The players are in the area. Good height on that one, but it's only Marius Core who is nearby. However, he sends it the opposite way, so another corner for Davao. Doon naman sa kabilang dulo. 24 minutes now. And judging from the height here, Lopez Rice and Salifu Jata, ilan lang sa mga pwedeng option ng Davao rito.
Usually Davao has the height advantage, but in this case, kumbaga medyo patas ngayon.
And it does get to Salifu Jata, but not really an ideal area. And they just send it out just to delay the Cebu transition. Charles Davao intended for Papu. It does get to him. Umangat ang Davao rito, and it pays off just like that. A lot of red shirts. Costa in the middle, sends it to the right. Jata, and that one just goes above and out.
With the addition of Gabriel Costa Gonçalves on top, Salifu Jata has another partner na very lethal in attack, and that was a close play by both of them.
And just the attention that Costa commands when he has that ball. Minsan
Hinihigop niya yung depensa
Exactly.
papunta sa kanya eh.
And some of the players tend to ball watch, and usually that spells the difference between being able to mark someone and someone being able to sneak from behind or from the peripheral vision. Something that Cebu really has to take care of. Well, Cebu is also pressing high. This leaves Davao with this opportunity.
Cebu dropping to interestingly a 4-3-3 formation in defense from that 3-5-2.
Back and forth we go. Lopez Rice. Ibibigay sa kaliwa. Stays with Davao. And looks like we have an official hydration break here. Other conditions here inside the Rizal Memorial in Manila. Well, it's not that hot, fortunately, for every one of us here. It's just an overcast weather here, makulimlim. It's not raining either. For those of you just joining us again, Cebu in their fighting red, shown on your screens right now. Davao Aguilas UMak in white, and this was the only difference of the contest. The assist from Costa as he feeds Troy Limbo in the 8th minute, back in the 8th minute, for a 1-0 Davao Aguilas lead. There were some sequences for Cebu as well, usually coming from their midfielders, feeding yung mga tumatakbo sa harapan. Rio Togashi, they also had one for Papu Korsame.
Ito yung mga delikado, yung mga in-between passes na in the middle, and those strikers of Cebu are also quick to turn with the ball. Hindi sila basta-basta. They can pass the ball back, make a quick turn, and it's already them in between them and the goal. So those are things that Davao also has to take care.
Needless to say, hindi pa tapos ito for Davao. And unti-unti, they have been in control of this match, at least from the eye test. The numbers are also backing that up. 61 to 39 now in terms of possession. Only 4 points for Davao in the league table. Again, they had that win which was given to them. That was against Loyola. That was a win via forfeit, so that's 3-0 on the score line. And then they had a draw against Kaya. So their total is 4 so far. Only the fourth match for Davao.
Their last outing, also sayang yun kasi against Taguig sila na yung they led early 1-0, but Taguig came from behind. That was also a strong performance from Davao. Unfortunately, Taguig just picked up the pace. So Davao, with this lead, are looking at their first win on the pitch for this season.
Something that they have to work for as we approach the half-hour mark. About 60 more minutes of football to be played here. Charles Davao sneaking a few meters there bago ibigay kay Corsame. It's now in the attacking third for Cebu. Kore picks it up. Babalik muna Kobayashi. They go to the ground. Interestingly, naagawan ng Davao.
Paolo Bugas really controls the ball well in the middle. Kahit na ilan yung nagpe-press sa kanya, dalawa, tatlo. Just keeps the ball with him.
Heavy on the first touch for Jata. Sinalubong siya doon ni Kobayashi. Ang ganda rin ng diskarte ni Kobayashi doon. Just inunahan siya sa pwesto. You'll see it from the left of your screens. However, not so sure sinong natawagan nito, if it's Jata or Kobayashi.
It was against Jata, and so the foul was given to Cebu. So interesting decision from our main referee here. Oh, that was some commitment from the player of Cebu. Really threw his body to try to stop that attack.
Nakita nga natin dun sa replay, he wasn't in the picture, and then all of a sudden there was that shadow from the left. Kadia. Pupunta sila sa kanan. Yannick. So si Yannick yung para bang fullback rito, although he is in the middle. Another foul there given by Davao. That delays the attack for Cebu.
Cebu was looking to play the quick transition on the other side, kung saan mas konti yung players populating the field. Here's the foul.
Just the extension of that forearm from Kalukaran. Caught itong si Devrim Yannick. Alimao. This is not where you want to take this ball. And Davao had no other choice to give it to Badelik.
They are pressing high.
Ugas. And if anything, that pays off once more. Cebu throwing possession away just like that. Villarreal will involve Watara for now. 1-0 lead again for the Davao Aguilas UMak FC, as they try to add 3 more points to their overall tally in the league table. Well, every match counts here in the season. It's a long season, pero nangangalahati na tayo into the first round. That ball will not be attended to by Lucero. From the back, Davao. Balik muna kay Villarreal. Looks like this one took a deflection, kaya hinahabol ni Kalukaran. Oh, a good effort from Yannick. Bugas. They play a little 1-2 here. Numbers for Davao. Well, someone's open on the right side. Well, I think Cebu at this stage of the match, medyo alam na nila kung paano dumipensa in terms of just having to transition and sino yung magda-drop when the ball is with Davao.
Hindi na ganun, kumbaga hindi na ganun kabilis or kadali para sa Davao to penetrate, and they are also finding those spots sa depensa ng Davao with those presses that lead to
Corsame.
these attacks.
Oh, and Villarreal gives up a corner. So the first for Cebu. Ang bilis din para sa Cebu para makakuha ng pagkakataon rito. Credit
Kumbaga
the
yung
effort.
press ng Cebu is also paying off. Just couldn't keep the ball on his feet to feed to his teammates who were already there inside the box, but they are awarded a corner, which gives him another clear opportunity.
Lucero sends it straight. It's been deflected. Lopez Rice got to that using his height. Oh, play continues, says the referee. Pagkakataon for Cebu from way out. It's wide for Kobayashi. May halong pagmamadali yung Cebu doon. They had the ball.
Strong armed to keep the ball in play.
Kobayashi had an opening, decided to take it. Di masyadong well-rounded yung pagkakatira doon as it just goes out. Oh, someone from Davao is down. Again, this is the live broadcast presentation of your Philippines Football League 2024-2025 season. As we saw Lopez Rice get a touch, rising to the occasion here. Bugas and Kalukaran making the most out of the lull as well, rehydrating. 36 minutes now in this contest. Super Sunday in your PFL. Davao and Cebu right now. Mamaya Stallion and Kaya. Well, four of the, arguably the best clubs right now. And of course, they were the top four finishers from last season, all seeing action. But as far as the landscape of our domestic league, yung One Taguig, yung Manila Digger also wanting to contend. So Davao momentarily down to 10 men as Jata's getting some treatment. They'll have to make the most out of this. Watara. And that was an obvious shove from Costa once more. Kore doing his best to draw contact. Alimao. Kore. Contra Talarok. Decides to send it to the right side, but Kalyukaran was there. Watara back to the middle. Masyadong malakas. Not enough numbers here for Davao. And another foul here. So Cebu, paunti-unti, the Gentle Giants able to control at least the last line of defense here. Hindi na nakaka-transition ang Davao rito. The way they have been doing in the first 15 minutes of this match.
We do see that Cebu try to switch a bit their tactics in defense. That was a nasty touch received by Gadya from Bugas right to the shin.
I think there were 3 different fouls na pwede mong tawagan doon. Also the short pull, definitely a foul. Bugas fortunate na didn't lead to a yellow. Nearing the 40th minute of this match, about 5 more minutes in the first half plus added time. We did see a lot of stoppages already. Dadagdag yan sa ating stoppage time maya-maya. 38 minutes. And highly physical contest here. Already 7 fouls for Davao and 3 for Cebu.
Davao being the more physical team na natatawagan in this contest so far.
Exactly. It doesn't take away from the fact that Cebu's also been physical. They just perhaps know how to handle it quite better. Amirul. Oh, they send a long one to Papu. And that forces Watara to commit, although it didn't really merit a touch from Corsame. Testy moments here for the Aguilas.
Seemed like it was going to Corsame, but that was a good shock absorption header from Dodong Villarreal to make it a little bit simpler for Dini Watara to save. But out of this moment, again, Davao with their high press leading to a transition, unfortunately, was dispossessed. And Cebu now has a chance to regain possession, shuffle it out.
Couple of short passing there from Davao. But again, Cebu just doing better defensively. As we close in on the 40th minute of the first half, still a lot of football left to be played. Cebu, of course, down, but definitely not out. Troy Limbo again, the only goal scorer so far in this match. Back in the 8th minute. But from there, it's been relatively even. Alimao. Kore. Oh, just a poor first touch. And to make matters worse, gives up a duty foul. A frustration foul there on Kore.
Some unforced errors there in the middle.
Wasn't really contested nung pinasa sa kanya.
Just a lapse of probably concentration and judgment at that moment. But it does spell out another opportunity for Davao. Again, in these top flight matches, yung mga ganong mistakes, as much as possible, dapat hindi na nangyayari because they could lead to opportunities and goals.
This one hits the side of the woodwork. Initially, a good pass from Bugas. The English on this one. Ganda ng spin ng bola. Was that
Great.
Villarreal?
That was a great touch from Dodong, setting himself up. Great chance. I thought that went in. Kaya medyo tumigil ako dun sa sinasabi ko. But again, play restarts with a corner from Davao. An in-swinger.
Looks like Badelik got a touch. Ooh, masyadong mababa. And on the second ball, finally cleared by Cebu. Talarok trying to wrestle for possession. Keeps it, but not for long. And here's the turn. Togashi.
5v2 situation.
This can be something for Cebu.
Foul against Togashi.
And ito yung kino-contest ng both sides at that. Oh, looks like hinawi ni Togashi si Kalukaran.
Got both feet in that transition. Initially, I thought siya yung na foul dahil sa tumba niya, but looking at that replay, it was a bit clear that the foul was against him.
And that's a wasted opportunity for Cebu because they had, a bit of an opening there. Pa-transition sila after securing possession. Oh, JV Kalukaran will need some attention for now. About 43 minutes now into the first half. About 2 more minutes plus added time. Now Well, these stoppages, of course, give our players the chance to recover a bit.
Little breathing room amidst those high intensity plays.
But as a player, does it also feel like a bit of a downer in terms of yung momentum because all of a sudden the play stops?
Depende paano mo siya gagamitin because some players just stand there and just try to rehydrate, but other players really try to recollect kumbaga their ideas, recollect their thoughts while still trying to maintain focus. Ball wasn't called out of play, it's still in play.
And this is Camila Mirol. A bit heavy on the initial touch. And that one, a whistle. And so it's going to be, sabihin na natin, like a short corner here for Cebu.
You have to see the replay because that was a great piece of skill, trying to slither against two players. Tingnan natin, those were a rub and push. But Troy Limbo had to stop that attack.
Lots of touching there and a great spin initially by Amirul to really get some space and to face his teammates. Encouraging spot to say the least for Cebu. Just really have to execute this. Go signal has been given. They flick it in. Papu Korsame just grazes the front part.
Couldn't get enough touch on that ball to redirect towards the goal, but nevertheless, a promising attack. See the replay here. Just couldn't get in time. Sayang, that was a clear opportunity right in front of the goal. And Cebu will have to work for another one. To get them back in this match.
Very sneaky was Papu. Of course, not the tallest player on the field, but got in between some Davao defenders and then jumping at the right time. 5 minutes of added time in the first half. 5 more minutes. Well, chance for both sides really to convert here, the way it's been opening up right now.
So far, Cebu has been really impressive in stopping the transition attacks of Davao. So far, in the last few minutes, Davao hasn't gotten the ball behind the defenders, which what Davao is used to. Stoppage of play here on the left side, or the far side, rather.
And that is Yannick. Nilalapitan ni Amirol. Yannick started against Muang Thong and was one of the offensive options as well. Yannick also part of the starting roster against Wantagig not too long ago, back in Talisay, Cebu. As we take a look at Troy Limbo, the only goal scorer of this match.
And a standout from Cagayan de Oro City, although he's playing for Davao Aguilas. Still from the same, relatively the same area.
The same island group, Mindanao. Of course, this is the Vismin Derby. Cebu from the Visayas and Davao Aguilas, of course, from Mindanao. Kore makes a turn intended for Amirol at hindi na nga sila nagkaintindihan doon. And they have some words for each other. Second minute of stoppage time here. Only the first half of action. Mahaba-haba pa ito. We have 45 more minutes after the break. Yannick trying to flick it for Togashi. And paunti-unti, Cebu lumalapit dun sa kanilang attacking third for a chance to create.
Throughout this first half, what I noticed about Cebu is their commitment in the attack, lalo na pag mga stoppage na plays ganito. They really throw a lot of bodies on top, just leaving one or two behind, regardless if it's a free kick, a throw in. They really want to keep the ball on top and finish the attack right there and then. which against a team like Davao, who is a transition team, kailangan nilang ma-address yung transition, and I think what they do for that is they try to stop the play on transition, similar to what we see on screen. Hindi na nila pinasimula yung transition. So, kumbaga patayin na yung laro dyan pa lang. And that's when they recover.
And that's a great point to make, Jed. And that was John Lucero, of course, taking the foul to give. And totally that transition has been foiled. Balik sa Cebu ang bola. Alimao. Kore. Babalik muna kay Alimao. Naka-standby ang Davao rito. And just like that, right on cue. Ooh, but they throw it away as well.
That was another mistake by Kore. He has been making a few of those a while ago. Good thing this time didn't lead to a free kick or an opportunity for Davao.
Gadia, a long one. This is for Amirul. Watara commits. And Amirul on the second touch. Well, mukhang may pito na. Sacrificing his body, Tini Watara. Oh, he knows when to really go out of the area. Had to do that, definitely.
Good thing Dini was able to keep the feet down and not towards his face. But again, that commitment just to keep the scoreline as is.
As we are about perhaps a minute left into stoppage time, a 1-0 advantage for Davao Aguilas. Troy Limbo scoring in the 8th minute. Papu Corsame wants to change it. Well, not that time. Gadia moves forward. Lucero. Oh, that one deflected by Rosa. It's going to be a corner for Cebu.
Cebu really creating their chances right in the middle. They have been doing this throughout the game. Gaja with that effort to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders, opening up for Lucero, who unfortunately doesn't get the touch or the shot that he wanted. Great defending though.
And on that in-swinger, Lucero has also been denied. Second ball for Cebu.
We will hear that whistle for halftime just a few moments. There it is.
That is the confirmation. Davao Aguilas UMak FC holding on to take this 1-0 cushion to their locker rooms as we enter the halftime break. Davao Aguilas UMak 1 and Dynamic Herb Cebu FC 0 in the first 45 minutes. Troy Limbo, number 98 on your screens. The only difference in this match, again back in the 8th minute as you see it here on your screens. Lots of football left to be played. Cebu right there. They have been creating for themselves. Makikita natin if Davao is able to sustain this or if Cebu has that second wind to try and come back, score that equalizer when we return. This is the Philippines Football League 2024-2025 season live broadcast brought to you by Matchday Media. Second half action and stats as well as more insight into the match when we return. Back inside Rizal Memorial Football Stadium for Super Sunday in your Philippines Football League 2024-2025 season and the live broadcast presentation. Of course, hatid sa atin ng Matchday Media na papanood sa Facebook, YouTube, and on Premier Football. Levi Verora on the call alongside former UAAP player Jed Diamante. We'll bring Sydney Crespo in just a short while. After the first 45, it's Davao Aguilas UMak FC with a slim 1-0 advantage here as we are just moments away from the start of the second half. What do you make of the first half, Jed, as far as the complexion of this match is concerned?
Medyo nag-transition yung both teams, no? Si Davao compared to the other games that we've watched previously. They were playing more defensively. Right now, we see them really bring the press up, and so far, that has spelled the difference for them because the goal of Troy Limbo came from a press on the top right side of the field for Davao. And in terms of positioning naman on the other side kay Cebu, at the start they started with 3-5-2, but to address the transitioning play of Davao, they opted to it seems like a 4-3-3 formation, which looks a bit more balanced in terms of defending and attacking. Because in attack, they have been putting a lot of men on top against a team like Davao, who is very compact in the middle. It's really surprising that Cebu is playing the ball more in the middle, and actually they've seen more of those chances or their chances throughout the game in the middle. So nakikita nila yung mga butas, and so let's see how if ever meron mga changes na gagawin ng both teams in terms of subs or their positions in a while.
And hindi pa nagta-translate into, of course, a conversion for Cebu, although they had been getting their chances in the first half. Well, same with Davao, although hindi pa nadagdagan ang kanilang kalamangan. You saw on the highlights kanina Troy Limbo, the conversion galing nga sa agaw yun. And Cebu didn't mean they didn't get the chances. They had some openings from close range. And we are again just moments away from the start of the second half. I'm interested to see the numbers here, and ito na nga, right on cue, Jed. Of course, Davao with more management of the possession, although hindi nalalo in terms of shot attempts made, and highly physical contest as well. Tig-isang yellow card, 16 fouls combined.
Yeah, Levi, kitang-kita sa numbers. Nothing much is really separating both teams aside from the 1-0 lead of Davao. It seems like it's anybody's game. If Cebu could find a early goal in the second half, that brings them to level. Ang dami pa nilang time para mag-adjust. Same goes to Davao if they keep up the way they're playing and try to find the back of the net. Just be more decisive and exact in terms of their attack. Maybe they could add more goals to that one that they currently have, which spells the difference between the two teams.
If you have just been joining us, Cebu, of course, in their familiar colorway, all red. And there are some of the players: Marius Core, Camille Amirol, Papo Corsame Jr., Daniel Alimao. Yung Davao po, nakakulay puti along with the navy blue trunks. Moments away from the start of the second half. We will turn you over to Sydney Crespo maya-maya. She is at pitch side, monitoring this contest as well. And again, Cebu down but not out. It's just a 1-goal differential here. Looks like Uriel Dalabo is going to check in for Davao. Ang papalitan niya si Salifu Jata. Well, Jata did receive some treatment, so bit of a precautionary move na rin siguro for Coach Aber Jan Ruzgal. But we know how capable itong si Uriel Dalabo. Plays forward as well. Had some conversions. And Gaito Myland also. Looks like may pinalitan rito for Cebu. We're going to confirm sino ang pinalitan rito. It seems it's Masaya Kobayashi. So a more offensive-minded approach for Cebu, because Kobayashi has been playing defense here. Baka bumalik sa 3-5-2 itong Cebu. We're about to find out. But for, of course, Davao, si Jata, it's forward for forward here. Dalapo, of course, number 11. Had some conversions in the previous season.
Very dangerous also in attack. So it seems like Davao is reinforcing their their attack in terms of being quicker in transition or whenever they have the ball in the attacking third.
Could be a 3-4-3 here as Kainoa Bailey also and Abu C. So 3 changes here apparently for Cebu. Mukhang talagang pupukpok na offensively. We'll just confirm sino yung mga pinalitan rito, but just reputation-wise, Abu C of course plays in front. And then Kainoa Bailey also capable offensively. As we are going to kick off second half action, Davao in white playing now from right to left on your screens. Cebu in their all red. Opening seconds of the second half. Amirul already pressure from Davao. Kore sends a high ball intended for Abu C. First touch. So looks like nasa gitna itong si Kainoa Bailey. Looks like John Lucero is one of the players. Oh, check that. John Lucero is still part of the field. Kobayashi is one of the players who has been replaced here. And ito na nga si Myland nasa left wing for Cebu. Davao Aguilas on the offensive. Babalik muna sa likuran. They send it back to the right side. Hinahabol ni Corsame. They move it closer. Right flank. But that one dispossessed by Myland. Oh, a mishandled touch here. This could go in. Well, good thing Daniel Alamao was there. And Camila Mirol in a foot race against Limbo. Stays with Davao. Dangerous moments there for Cebu.
Defensive lapse for Cebu almost turned into a second goal for Davao. We can see here, although the Lapo was dispossessed on the right side, they kept the press. Gabriel Costa Gonçalves tried to chip it. Good thing the Cebu defense was there to keep it out.
Looks like Yannick is one of the other players na ibinaba na rito ni Coach Nihat Tumkaya for Cebu. And again, Kainoa Bailey playing perhaps the 8th position in football. Doon sa midfield. So Lucero still in the game. Interesting look sa formation ng Cebu. Could be a 3-4-3.
Acknowledges that injuries are impacting their growth this season. At least 4 players are recovering from injuries right now, while others are fatigued from constant travel to Manila and other countries. However, this is the sacrifice they make to gain exposure and learn. For this match, the Gentle Giants originally aimed to play more offensively, but so far, the coaches have not been satisfied with their chances. In the second half, they plan to make necessary changes, bringing in fresh legs and possibly altering their formation due to the physical nature of this game. In fact, their starting goalkeeper Badelik has sustained bleeding in his inner thigh, while he is still able to continue playing. The team is trying to protect him from further discomfort. Meanwhile, Coach Aber is happy seeing the effort of his Davao Aguilas players. He says the discipline is what impressed him the most, especially with the chances that they were able to create for themselves. What do you think so far, Jed and Levy?
Thank you so much, and that was Sydney Crespo from pitch side delivering that report. Well, it's a busy stretch for Cebu Jed. Nabanggit nga natin, they're playing in the ACL2 as well. And not only that, yung physicality ng mga laro nila in this short stretch, 3 matches in, I believe, 8 days. And
That can be physically tough. really physically tough, so they really have to manage those players.
On the second ball, it's Togashi. Still Togashi. It looks like Mirul just earned Cebu a corner. Si Daniel Gadia yung isa pang binaba rito ng Cebu. And that is why Lucero has moved to the midfield too. Different look here for Cebu.
A lot of changes, relatively more on the attacking side. It seems like they are changing or kumbaga, switching the gears towards a more attacking team this time, trying to recover that 1-goal deficit.
Bailey. Pero ang nakakuha lang doon, it's Lopez Rice. Tatakbo ang Davao. Bugas sends it to the open space. But Charles Davao is there.
That was a
Nabigyan.
clear,
We saw
clear
it.
second motion.
We saw it in real time. So Cartalarok.
That was a transition. After that challenge, you could see Davao here giving an extra kick at Cartalarok, which was away from the play. That could lead to an infraction here. Both of them receiving yellow cards for those for Cartalarok on the extended boot at the transition, and Davao on that extra unnecessary kick after the collision.
Ang hindi nagustuhan ni Charles Davao doon yung forearm ni Talarok. Well, it's clear that Talarok already committed the foul. Natamaan nata yung ulo, o yung muka rather. Now this will remain with Cebu. A bit of confusion here. But of course, you have to wait for the referee's whistle. So tig-isang yellow card assessed on Charles Davao III and Cartalarok. Cartalarok, of course, his older brother Richard also playing for the Aguilas, although wala siya ngayon. Now check that, he's part of the substitutes.
On the second half, mas nakikita nating Cebu has the ball on the side of Davao's defensive side. They are trying to cook some attack. Just like this on the right side, those short passes again. Dispossessed by Davao's defense. Skip talaga ang compact ng depensa ng Davao.
They don't keep it in play, however. That was a glorious 1-2. Something na hinahanap natin back in the first half. Something that perhaps Cebu should do quite more frequently throughout this second half. 53 minutes now. John Lucero, that familiar throw in na may buelo. Straight into the box. However, that doesn't find anyone, and Dini Watara will just collect.
Cebu's changes so far, kumbaga may impact na agad sa attacking third. Because not only have they brought the attack more on the side of Davao, they have been keeping possession and making those quick, crisp passes towards creating chances. So we have to look forward to how Cebu tries to get those goals, 1 goal at a time.
So a lot of time left here. Play continues. Abu C from the right. Minamarkahan ni Lucas Sergio. They send it to the other side this time. Lucero pa rin. Corsame controls. Goes to his left. Oh, excellent work there by Dalapo. Pero mawawala ang bola. Tuloy-tuloy tayo rito. Myland. Marked by 2, and Watara will save the day for now for Davao Aguilas UMak. A long one here, not enough numbers for Davao. Corre telling Lucero to get to that ball. Abu C, malakas ang kanyang first touch, mawawala ang bola. And sometimes just the little things here for Cebu. Pugas. Oh, the through ball to Troy Limbo, but Camila Mirul able to attend to that. Tuloy-tuloy tayo dito. Bugas again. Trying to evade the defense of C. And this should be a foul. Kalukaran taken down by Kore. It's going to be a potent spot here for the Aguilas.
Paulo Bugas, the maestro for Davao. Just finding those passes, finding those gaps in between the players. Really dictating the play here for Davao.
Naiwan talaga doon si Abu C, and no other recourse for Kore to take that foul. However, this is a great angle for Davao as Bugas delivers downward header perhaps, but Badelik, and he does not appreciate Edongsi Lopez Reyes, and finally teammates getting into their paths. And now Kore and Lopez Reyes. Tingnan natin anong nangyari rito.
Seemed like just momentum as he was trying to also go for the ball. Mainit lang talaga ang laro sa loob, kaya mga collision na ganon, it really draws some emotion out from the players. Davao seems to try to attack on the right side.
Oh, this sequence is not over for the Aguilas. Should be a cutback here. Ooh, Cartalarok mishandles. Had some space, but not the finest of touches. And now Cebu will try to make them pay. Forward pass to Myland. One-on-one against Villarreal. Myland hesitates, and now into the box. Quite low on the delivery. Palitan tayo rito ng transition. Bugas pa rin. Now patrolling that right-hand side. And finally, Davao will try to relax a bit here. They do have the 1-goal separation. 57 minutes now. Well, both teams trying to find another goal. Well, the first for Cebu to equalize. The second for Davao to try and double the lead. Make it more pressuring for Cebu to try and fight back. Foot race between Corsame and the opposing player. Leads to a goal kick for Badelik.
While Davao has the composure and the confidence to pass the ball around, it seems like Cebu is also getting back their confidence and composure, because so far in the second half, they've been making clear chances. They've been pushing towards that attack more convincingly compared to the first half. Tama ba?
Cebu will have about 33 minutes more to try and convert here. Nag-drop points na ang Cebu owing to that loss to Manila Digger, and again that scoreless draw at home against One Taguig. Davao, of course, in need of this win para gumanda-ganda ang kanilang kartada early on in the season. Only the fifth match for or fourth match rather for Davao, and for Cebu it's the fifth match. Myland trying to get sneaky there, but a couple of white shirts getting in his path. Lucero sends it to the middle. Togashi has some room, takes it, but it's way off. Overcooked by Rio Togashi.
Seems like they're getting a little bit more space and time in the defensive side of Davao, which goes to show that the defensive side of Davao medyo nag-iba compared to the first half. They're a little bit more lower in terms of positioning, and not as intense as the Davao defense that we've seen in the first half. So a little bit of changes and adjustment is needed if they want to keep this score or the disadvantage that they have.
It kind of seems that Papu has shifted to a left back here, so full back Charito, who can of course cover lots of space. So in a way, perhaps nag 4-3-3 na rin yung Cebu, just to be more controlled.
The adjustment that they did in the first half, kumbaga, it paid off, and they're sticking with it. They're sticking to it.
So long as they have that back four instead of a back three, malaking tulong na yun. And now it's a set piece for them. Bailey is going to send this forward. And our referee, John Mike Pasinang, telling Bugas to, of course, give some space. Here's the go signal. Bailey into the box, quite low on that ball. It's been tracked down, Amirol. And nagkasabitan sila ni Bugas. They play it quickly. Togashi again. Mababa ang mga pasa ng Ceburito. This is a third chance. Kore can hit from there. Not enough breathing room. Togashi pa rin. Bailey, right flank, into the box. Could be a dummy play. Corsame, well, unable to turn for now. Myland, one-on-one pa rin. Myland, here's the cutback, but it's quite deep into the area. And finally, Dalapo makes the stop there for Davao, as this could be a counter for the Aguilas. The through ball, but that was way forward for Costa to chase. Oh, sneaking from behind. Buhay pa ito. Troy Limbo. And finally, Amirol puts an end to that sequence for Davao.
I was about to say, what a sequence that was. Really, Cebu was insisting na nandito na yung bola. We have to finish it with a goal. Kudos to the defense of Davao. We really kept the ball out, leading into a transition, which also led to an opportunity for them. But again, that sequence so far is unmatched throughout the game. Both teams are very much into this game. Still.
Amirol. Bigay sa kanan. It's Bailey. Balik muna rito kay Amirol. They go to the middle again. C. Trying to go to Lucero via 1-2. Well, most of the players now in the middle. You don't see them on the sides. Villarreal going to the ground. Talarok. Just that pass. That's all it took. And now Talarok dribbling on his own. Sets it up for Limbo. The flag is down. On the header, it's in! Costa makes them pay. What a sequence for Davao as they double the lead. And that is why you don't stop playing.
What a build-up from Davao. All the way from the effort of Talarok on the middle, finding Troy Limbo on the left side. You can see the chemistry of this team is unmatched, and they really want to win this game. You have to see it one more time.
And the snapshot. Well, this build-up was from way behind. But that was the assist. Troy Limbo finding Gabriel Costa. Let's take a look at that one more time.
The goal scorer assists the assister a while ago. Now their roles were switched. And another goal for Davao.
But look at this through ball as well. Perfectly placed by Talarok. Hockey assist, so to speak. The assist that leads to the assist. And now, yun na nga, tig-isang goal and assist na itong si Limbo at si Costa, as it is now 2-0 for the Aguilas in the 64th.
I must say, everything in that play was very precise. The dribbling of Talarok, trying to open up the defense, the run of Troy Limbo, the pass to Troy, and just the setup of Troy to Gabriel Costa Gonçalves. The header, just the icing on top of the cake. What a goal that was.
And let's not forget Villarreal. It was him who found Talarok in the middle from the back line. That was from the back, end to end. Cebu, of course, lots of pressure here to score, to try and save themselves from dropping more points here. Bailey makes a turn. Here's the cutback. Cebu takes one back. It's Abusi. Just like that. And the thumbs up here. Cebu is down but not out.
Not even 2 minutes after the goal of Davao, they say it's our turn. Hindi pwede to. Again, the effort that Cebu has been giving whenever they have the ball in the attacking third. Just that relentless effort, which finally, after how many minutes of trying to find the back of the net, they do here late in this match. But they have a lot of time left to equalize this game.
And Abusi, well, telling the Davao crowd here to stay silent as this is not done yet. 25 more minutes of action. And that was Kainoa Bailey who assisted him. Myland, back to see in the box. Pero mawawala ang bola. Well, Cebu, they are capable of those sequences, of those shot creating. It's just a matter of the quantity, how many times they can do it. Because the more chances you get, of course, the higher the conversion rate. Stoppage in the middle. Tulak galing kay Gaito Myland.
They restart short, Davao. But dispossessed by Cebu. Good thing Bugas was able to recollect the ball.
However, he sends it straight to June Badelik. 2-1 Davao on top over Cebu. Visayas Derby, the latest chapter of this inter-island rivalry. Kalukaran against Bailey. And looks like another change here. Cartalarok is going to call it an afternoon. It is Alessandro Rigi, the Canadian national, about to enter for Davao. Only the second change here for the Aguilas.
It just means that the players who are on the field are effective in what they do.
Oh, and Myland booked. And that's another yellow card in what has been a highly physical encounter here. Tingnan natin ito.
Seems like he insisted on complaining on that handball by Dodong Villarreal, which John Mike Basinag found too much. Although I think he was in the right position to complain about that. Probably just too much.
C trying to wrest control of this, unable to do so. But Delapo gives up a through ball quite hurriedly at that. And now it's Alimao. Rhino Gutierrez has also entered the field here for Cebu. The Gentle Giants patiently building from the back. As we approach the 70th minute here, 20 more minutes plus change. Buhay na buhay pa ang Cebu rito, especially with how they have been playing here in the second half. Rigi. And that is, of course, going to be a foul. Hinawakan ni Togashi to delay the attack here.
They played quick, but opted to reshuffle. But with this Davao team, they don't just focus on one side. They can attack on the right, on the left, in the middle. So it really is a task defending against them.
Oh, was that a nutmeg? But on the intended 1-2, Kalukaran and Limbo unable to connect. Amirul. Masyadong mataas ang talbog ng bola para sana kay Lucero. And someone's presumably suffering from cramps here. Could be Costa. I'll check that. It's Lopez Rice. And Cebu will continue to dig deep here. Looks like JB Borlongan, Jeremiah Borlongan is going to replace John Lucero. So another player who's usually plays either wing to provide a different dynamic here for the Gentle Giants against the Davao defense.
Seems like JB is being placed on the left side. He has lethal feet, both left and right. So on the left side, he can bring the ball down for a cross, or he can cut in and take a shot with his right. Just overall a dangerous player, JB.
Ambidextrous nga, so to speak, itong si JB. And with Cebu, usually they play him either left or right. It really depends on kung sino yung mga kakampi niya at a time. Yan yung usual combination nila. It's Papu and him, and sometimes Chima Uzoka. From the previous seasons, they had Arda Chinker, they had Mert Altinos. Well, right now it's Gaito Myland. Hoatham not part of the equation for this afternoon. Alimao sends it to the back, but it's been recovered. Limbo. They stay on side. Medyo mababa ang backline ng Cebu rito. Abusi. It pays off. But Kainoa Bailey, walang tumakbo doon.
He did see the intention of his teammate to run to that space. Unfortunately, he stopped. Just a little lapse of communication, though the intention was there.
And on the positive end, Kalukaran made contact with that ball. So Cebu winning some significant distance here as they bring that ball towards their attacking third. Right there, katapat ng kanilang penalty area. Amirul. Oh, double bounce on that throw-in. Togashi. Cebu trying to wait for that ball. And Davao able to anticipate. And Charles Davao, good thing for Cebu. He thwarts that transition once more. Alessandro Rigi is from Montreal, Canada. Also played in Cambodia. That's his first taste of football in this region. And now signed with the Aguilas. Rigi to Bugas.
Almost colliding with the ref there.
Sending it forward, Uriel Dalapo. Kontra Myland. Hinahabol ni Myland at Togashi. The quick double team pays off. However, yung momentum, I think it was Togashi, causes itong si Paulo Bugas to fall down.
The collision was within the challenge because it got kind of physical during that loose ball. See that again, Dalapo trying to force the ball up, collected by Togashi. But yeah, Bugas tried to commit to that tackle. Unfortunately, Togashi just collided to his knee.
I think he stepped on Bugas' knee. And again, just the effort of Bugas with that sliding challenge.
Wasn't really intentional. It's more of a part of the sequence of events that took place.
And kung ikaw si Togashi, kailangan mo ring iapak yung paa mo after, of course, trying to rush forward. A bit of a lull in the contest once more. And just to recap for our viewers, it's now 2-1 for Davao. Goals courtesy of Troy Limbo and Gabriel Costa. One in the first half, one in the second half, and then just when we thought it's going to be difficult for Cebu, Abusi is trying to spring some life onto the Gentle Giants. Scores one back in the 65th. And that's our current scoreline, 2-1 for Davao in the latest page of the storied Vismin rivalry in your Philippines Football League 2024-2025 season. The play will resume here. And they send it to the back. What's great about Davao here is that they weren't really overreacting after Abusi pulled one back. They're sticking to their game plan here. See, almost lost control. Bailey waiting for the support. Bibigay sa kanan, or sa kaliwa rather, and JB Borlongan, like we mentioned, andyan, babalik kay Papu. Gutierrez, lots of space. Here's the little 1-2, but it's compact. Myland, Abusi. They do have Bailey doon sa kanan. Amirul gets it to Bailey. On the turn, could be an advantage for Cebu. Here's the delivery. That's punched away by Watara. And finally to safety. Scramble for possession. One back by Cebu. Borlongan. Borlongan. And they will delay Davao. That's Moon. Chunsu Moon. Being able to affect the play. 77 minutes now. Well, the clock slowly running out for Cebu if they want to equalize. And that's the equalizer. Abusi once more. Right on cue from the lob and the header, and we are level.
What an impact as a substitute, scoring 2 goals for his team. Bring it back to a leveled game. Abusi from that cross.
Quality minutes for Abusi, who is usually used as a starter, but of course is trying to manage his body here. Let's take a look at that. It was Charles Davao III who sends this lob into the area, and then Abusi, just that height advantage, meeting that ball with his head.
Really, there wasn't much of a challenge for Abusi in that header. There was no contest.
And even as Dini Watara tried to stretch, he has good wingspan. Wala na, it's too late. Well placed by Abusi.
Abusi being the main man on top, doing his job just as he should. 2 goals for Abusi. Puts the game back leveled.
A quick brace here for Abusi, and it could be danger here. Although thwarted that time around. Davao Aguilas getting rattled here. Togashi. And Bailey has been of impact too. Here's the delivery. Watara commits. Well, luckily for Davao, that ball just went out of Gaito Myland.
Bailey in a lot of successions for Cebu has been bringing the ball to the towards the attacker for Cebu. He has been the spark of creating those plays, creating those opportunities, and Abusi is just there at the end of the line to try to finish it off.
You know, if you look at Kainoa Bailey's heat map, it's the right flank, it's the right wing. That's something quite absent from Cebu in the first half. At doon dinala ni Bailey yung bola. And it's led to the conversions. One assist to Abu C and the other, eventually leading to an extended possession that led to the second conversion of Abu C. Mahaba-haba pa ito, about 10 more minutes plus added. Corsame into the area.
Kumbaga, these are great additions in the second half. So the substitutes really paid off. Both Bailey and Abu C coming from the bench and creating the difference, spelling the difference for Cebu. This shifts the momentum a little bit on the side of Cebu, who has had 2 goals straight.
And quite reminiscent of the match ng Davao against Taguig. Again, having the early lead, but relinquishing it, that's something you can't afford here, as you'll drop points again. Mind you, it was 2-0 for a moment here, as that one is going to be a corner surrendered by Lopez Rice. Only the first match here, as JV Caloocaran is once again down. After this, it's Stallion versus Kaya, another heavyweight showdown in your PFL. As I've mentioned, it's Super Sunday here, and a good look for just the football scene here in the Philippines. It's a busy November. We have the ASEAN Women's Futsal Championship. The first time it's going to be held, and the Philippines is hosting. Diyan po yan sa PhilSports Arena in Pasig City, November 16 to 21. It's a good way to introduce the sport of football as well. Although it's futsal, a different sport itself. We'll talk about that a bit more. But in the meantime, it's an outswinger for Kainoa Bailey. 82nd minute now. Lots of red shirts in the area. Good spin. Kosame flicks it forward. Davao. Again, that high lob. Alemao. Togashi. And finally, Watara collects.
A little regrouping needed for the Davao side, because in the past few sequences na tuloy-tuloy, they've been on the losing end of the possession and of the attack.
That's something he did not have to do, talking about Camille Amirol. And they're going at it.
Really unnecessary. But the emotions of this game.
Ooh, and it's a yellow for Alessandro Rigi as well, for pointing his finger to Amirul. But Amirul, of course, ito yung makikita natin, of course, trying to delay itong si Rigi, kaya tinulak siya ni Amirul. Totally unnecessary. So, na-yellow card na si Amirul doon. And then ito, sabi ni Rigi, wag mong gagawin sa akin yan sa susunod. And Kainoa Bailey, inaawat yung kanyang kakampi as well as Rigi.
Just the emotions from this game. Again, Cebu coming from behind. And so nasa kanila pa yung it's still welling up, the emotions. And they want to continue to have the momentum on their side. Ayaw nila ma-disrupt.
And of course, if you're Davao, well, something you na pinaghirapan mo, a 2-0 lead here, all of a sudden nawala, and it's really something that can cause you to irk. They try to send it into the box. Cebu, Amirul will send this perhaps to Badelik. Ayun na nga, taking their time here. Well, if you're Cebu, given ikaw yung naghahabol throughout this match, will you be satisfied sharing the 1 point with Davao here, or it's a matter of really going forward, trying to get another?
I think definitely not for both teams, since it can be frustrating for Davao losing that lead that they had from early on in this game, and now Cebu, who has the momentum on their side, gusto nilang ituloy-tuloy ito. So the emotions and the the intensity of the game will just continue to increase in the next few minutes.
Karsame trying to delay. We have 2 more changes here. So, San Miguel Clarino. And you have Salvador Pliego. So, JV Kalukaran, well-deserved rest for him. Lots of damage sustained. And looks
Lopez
like
Rice.
Lopez Rice. So, 2 defenders. And you have 2 defenders as well going up.
This is something that Davao needs to. They really need to regroup and get that physicality and dominance in the defense with the likes of Abu C. Lurking around, you really need to make your presence felt, and so I think that's what the intention of the substitute is trying to bring to the game.
A good run for a moment for Rosa on his own. Pero nawala ang bola and now tatakbo ang Cebu. Borlongan opts to go to the ground. Well, someone's in the path. We can just feel how testy this match is with about 4 more minutes plus change. And again, that through ball. Limbo. Well, even for Troy Limbo, masyadong mabilis. Yung through ball from Rigi had the intention.
Just a little too much weight behind that ball.
The clock continues to tick here. It is 2 apiece for Davao Aguilas UMak and for Dynamic Herb Cebu. If you have just been joining us, Davao racing to a 2-0 advantage in the first 63 minutes. But 2 goals for Dynamic Herb Cebu, courtesy of Abu C. Alimao. Some patience here for Cebu. They know they've done enough to salvage a point as it stands. Pero pwede pa dagdagan rito. Same with Davao. That one trying to connect for Sami and Abu C. But it's out and into a goal kick for Tini Watara, who can take his time here and instructing his teammates to move forward.
You can see the contrast now in the Davao defense from the first and second half. In the first half, they were really active. Pag pumasok sa block nila yung Cebu, but it seems like in the second half, Cebu is getting more of the confidence and the ball whenever it comes into the defensive side of Davao. And this is something that Cebu has been capitalizing on the past few minutes. Kaya nakuha nila yung 2 goal. Mas first to the ball sila, and they've been getting the second balls as well.
Bailey trying to keep it in play. Unsuccessful. Well, Cebu also earning the respect of Davao here. That's why hindi na rin masyadong nag-overcommit yung Davao defensively. Kasi nakita natin ang dami ng atake ng Cebu here in the second half after, of course, inserting more offensive options after the first 45 minutes. About 2 more minutes here. Alimao. That looks like last touch, and it is on Bruno Crenel, who's also in. What a showdown so far. And this is just the first half of this Sunday. Again, Stallion and Kaya up next. 2 contenders also have their history. Decades-long history, of course, for Kaya and Stallion. Cebu down to 10 men. Gutierrez getting some treatment doon sa kanilang technical area. Togashi wins the ball. Togashi. Hinihingi ni Mylan Corsame. Not the best of strikes there. Masyado nang masikip. Watara will release. Borlongan wins the foot race.
Great transition from JV there. Just dropping back quickly, knowing that a lot of his teammates are still on the offensive side.
And they're down one personnel here on the through ball. Had the intent, but 3 red shirts nearby. We are close to added time as Bugas fouls Abusi. And a show of sportsmanship here, Paulo Bugas. Abusi used as a substitute today and delivers quickly with 2 goals. Kainoa Bailey involved in both sequences. Charles Davao, someone rising to the top of the ladder. But it's going to be a foul.
You have 7 long minutes more in this game. Haba pa to make a difference for both of these teams. Still a long way to go.
7 minutes of added time. Itinaas na ng ating 4th official. It's Meliton Pelayo. And doesn't mean it's +7. It will automatically end at the 97th minute. If there are stoppages here in added time, the referee will take that into account. Again, it's Abusi. But the denial finally, on an individual standpoint, you can make the case for Reynald Villarreal as a player of the match here, just for his defensive work ethic.
Siya yung naging rock at the defense of Davao ever since the first half. He had made a lot of crucial tackles to stop the attack and even possible goals for the Cebu side.
Charles Davao the third, meanwhile, sending it momentarily to Badelik, trying to buy some time off. Going to try and manage this one, Cebu. Sinusubukang makaisa pa, but of course also wary of that counter-attack from Davao. They send it to Watara, who sends a long one to the middle. Nobody home.
Again, first and second balls received by Cebu. It's like they want to finish this game stronger.
Pele. Gutierrez is a part of the field now. 11 against 11 once more. And right on cue. Oh, the turn by Amirul. But Paulo Bugas getting the better of him. Alessandro Rigi. One-on-one against Alimao. To his right. Rigi pa rin. Oh, that just bounces. It just bounces off the crossbar. Amirul trying his best to win the ball back. He does. Tatakbo ang Cebu.
It's now Cebu's time to transition.
Kaito Myland. They have the numbers. Myland. Titigil Bahagya. Feeds Amirul. Amirul. And Togashi with the lead for Cebu. The Gentle Giants have come back from 2 goals down to take the lead.
They have been knocking in front of the goal. And finally, 3 goals. They very much deserve that relentless effort na binibigay na. They have been really attacking with much confidence. Both on the left and the right side. Kita mo naman yung dedication nila to the attack. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Although it looked like it was a great save, but Togashi was just there on the other side waiting for that moment. For that moment to bring the lead to Cebu in this close match.
You know, they utilized their numbers there. Unmarked was Togashi, and of course just Abusi, the presence that he, or the attention that he commands. Unmarked was Togashi. And ball watching was one of course, the substitutes. And that's what led to that follow-up, you know, the rebound by Ryo Togashi. And Abusi celebrating. They still have about 4 more minutes here. Daniel Alimao is down. Well, you can expect Cebu to try to come up with some minutes management here, so to speak.
They want to bleed out those minutes since they have the lead. The momentum's on their side.
And John Mike Basinang just reminding the players here that he understands what they're trying to do. But it's not all lost for Davao here. But again, just shades of their match against Taguig. Unable to sustain the good start. You can see it on their faces and body language in Davao dito. Quite distraught here after relinquishing the advantage.
If I could just put it out there, this goal came from an attack from Alessandro Rigi who just found the upright. Kaya siguro masakit yung goal na yun because they had a clear opportunity which Cebu converted instead of them.
End-to-end action here. Looks like Cebu will have to deal with 10 men again. Alimao will await the next opportunity to enter the field. Deflected by Cebu. Naghahabol ang Davao trying to recover what has been lost. Rigi. Good defending there from Bailey partly. C controls. Controls again. Pero tinawagan doon. And Gutierrez, he wants to take it fast pero parang tinitigan siya ni Abu C na don't worry about it. And that is a clear foul on Rosa.
Cebu just trying to claim dominance of this game with less than 2 minutes, about a minute left in extra time.
Cebu will perhaps invite Davao to press. And they just send it back. Usually that's what they do. Ibabalik na lang nila sa likuran para mahirap yung build up. Abu C in the middle. Oh, you don't see enough white shirts on your screens. At yan ang ginagawa ng Cebu rito, trying to invite Davao to come forward. Knowing that the pressure is on them. Abu C trying to use that height advantage against Clarino. Rosa, play continues. Foul on Alimao. Down to the final few moments of the match. The Gentle Giants found themselves down 2 goals in the first 63 minutes. Have found a way.
This could perhaps be the last clear chance for Davao to salvage a point. Putting all men in front of the goal.
It is Paulo Bugas. Good height on that delivery. Abu C makes a touch. It's going to be a corner for Davao. Could be the final sequence. Who knows?
Trying to squeeze out the last remaining effort each of these players have in this last attack.
It's Alessandro Rigi to try and sling this ball in. Looks like an outswinger. And again, the white shirts inside the area. Watara is right in the middle of the field. You don't see it on your screens. Good height. Poked away by Badelic. And that could be it. We're about to find out. Hinahabol ni Corsame. Papu wins it. The whistle has not sounded. Watara back to his area. Limbo inahabol. Myland with no requirement to rush this. Waiting for his teammates. We are in the deep stages of added time. The Gentle Giants trying to make it official. They can smell it.
With this win, they secure their spot in the upper half of the league table, or better yet, in the top 4.
And our referee again, just telling our players not to delay it any further. See, Bailey. Bailey on the cutback. Gutierrez moves forward. And Durlongan gets a piece of that. Watara Well, the window is closing for Davao. It's met well by Amirol, and they make it official. The Gentle Giants rise from the ashes after falling down 2-0 as they win this one in stunning fashion. 3-0 is the final. Abu C, a big part of this comeback, as it is, of course, disappointment for Davao and a sigh of relief for Cebu.
The addition of Abu C and Bailey in the second half really spelled the difference for the Cebu side, although the Cebu side was losing 2-0. The relentless effort in front of the goal, and I think that was the plan all along. Just put a lot of bodies on top and just keep the pressure there. Eventually they found these 3 goals. Abu C and Togashi resurrecting Cebu out of that 2-0 loss, 2-0 deficit from Davao in the early stages of the match. Well-deserved win for Cebu in this action-packed first game of this Sunday.
In Cebu, consistency has been, a big question mark for them. Well, finally, they show something here. The Gentle Giants, of course, runners-up of the last season, trying to contend for that silverware for the first time ever since joining, of course, the top tier of the domestic competition. Obviously,
Abu C
jubilation.
receiving the love from the fans. Really, it was really, I think the right term was really bringing back to life Cebu from that 2-0 deficit. Just incredible scenes here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
What a comeback here for the Gentle Giants, just when we thought that Davao had them right where they wanted after that conversion from Costa.
And this really heartbreaking for Davao, because this is the second time that it happened. That they were leading early in the match, but the opposing team had come back.
And Sidney Crespo is with the man responsible for this stunning comeback from Cebu. At pitch side, Sidney, take it away.
I am with our moment man of the match, Abu C, the game changer for Cebu, who scored 2 goals in the second half. Abu, first of all, congratulations. You didn't start this match. You came on as a substitute, but yet you changed the game. You helped your team. Can you describe the confidence that you feel every time you step onto the field?
Yeah, first time I will say I'm really thank you for this, but because we have to go second half to be help this team, because we draw our home and have lost last time AFC Champions League. We have to be ready and try to be kill ourselves for running and make it so physical for the second half, because we know also this Davao they tired for second half. That's why we go and confident and make it best to score 2 goals. Yeah.
And you were indeed ready, but let's talk about the game. What aspects of your team's performance today are you most proud of? And what do you think still needs room for improvement?
Yeah, the performance for the team, I little bit understand them because we tired. Also, we travel and come play 2 week 2 game. Like it's not easy to play that. That's why I understand the first half, but I really know the second half the team will going up, because I know the Davao will tire for the second half because they have only first half for this game. But I'm really happy because this team, the second half, they wake up. They really make it the physical to score and win this game. Yeah.
Well, amazing night for you, Abu. Once again, congratulations on this win. That's it for Man of the Match. Back to you guys.
A comeback for the ages here for the Gentle Giants as we take a look at the final numbers here for this match, Jed.
Cebu really turned the tables around, although the possession hindi gano kalayo, but they've had more shots, actually clearer chances in front of the goal, 7 against 6. Both have 4 on target, but again, at the end of the day, what really matters is the goal, the numbers on the scorecard, which is 3 to their side for Cebu and 2 for Davao. And what Abu said was really correct. They really switched on the second half, and kudos to the team because they've been playing high quality games in the past few games, and really could feel that they were tired, but they turned things around this time around here in this game.
And we are just halfway through with the Super Sunday in your Philippines Football League. Stallion Laguna and Kaya Iloilo up next, so don't go away. But on behalf of my partner here, Jed Diamante and Sidney Crespo at pitch side, this has been Levi Verora on the call saying this is the Philippines Football League on the rise here on Matchday Media. The dynamic Herb Cebu FC side, the Gentle Giants, with their backs against the wall, down 2-0 amidst a grueling schedule, a deflating loss to Muangthong United in the ACL2, bringing themselves back to life in the conversation, showing that they are a legitimate title contender this season. At sa lahat po ng bumubuo ng Matchday Media so long, this is just the first half. Don't go away, Stallion and Kaya at 7 p.m. This is Levi Verora once again saying, wherever you are, wherever you're from, we'll see you at the games.